And Denise, Leon, what brands do, Fusion, you really kind of get this space. And right now, brands are either making it or losing it during this time. I know there's two significant brands that we've had long-standing relationships with, that those relationships are going to end as a result of how they've responded in this particular crisis. So, Denise, what do great brands need to be doing over the next few weeks?
Okay, well, thanks, Vern. I have a lot to share, so I'm going to jump right in. I'm actually going to share with you 3 opportunities to use and build your brand in these challenging times. They cover different areas, but they're all brand related, and they're actions that you can start taking right away to give you and your people a sense of stability and security now and in the months to come. So the first brand opportunity is to use your brand to engage and motivate your employees. Now, to be clear, when I say brand, I don't mean your name, your logo, your image. I mean what you do and how you do it. That's really what your brand is. It's not even what you promise, it's what you actually deliver. And your brand can be a powerful connector at a time when employees are isolated and maybe feeling stressed or anxious. So use it to inspire and engage them. You see, your brand should embody and express your company's overarching purpose. So use it to connect employees to that mission and help them derive meaning from their work. Remind employees why your organization exists. Maybe share your origin story or your vision for the future. Explain why your organization and its purpose is particularly important at this time, because you want to ensure people have a compelling reason to get out of bed and put in their best effort in these challenging times, whether you're sharing how you're helping now or what role you expect to play in the recovery. And ensure your employees understand how their specific work contributes to that mission. This is always an important leadership responsibility, but it's critical now that you really connect the dots so that your people know that they matter, especially if you've had to lay off or furlough other employees. Your brand can also connect employees to customers. Your brand is about the value and the customer experience that you deliver to customers, so you can use it to keep your customers top of mind. So share stories of how your brand continues to serve customers or how you're creating value for them in new and different ways during the crisis. Maybe share feedback from customers about exceptional experiences that they've received from your employees. And try to make a human connection by spotlighting who your key customers are and the value of their relationship to your brand. The third connection your brand can help you make is to connect employees to each other. Enable employees to share stories and encourage each other as they work together to interpret and reinforce your brand. Remind them of great moments in the past when they came together to overcome challenges, or maybe how employees are currently working together to continue to build your brand. And enable people to recognize their coworkers who are demonstrating your core values in extraordinary ways in these extraordinary times. So to create these connections, you can use technology platforms to build virtual employee communities in lieu of physical gathering places. One mid-sized retailer is using a platform called Nudge Rewards to keep its employees connected and aligned to the organization's purpose, values, and culture. Even those that they've had to furlough or lay off are actually engaging and opting in to participate on the platform. And so those who do regularly receive messages from the company's leaders. They can participate in discussion forums with those leaders as well as other employees. And in just a couple of weeks as the company has been doing this, it's seen 1,500 staffers participate, and they've shared over 320 of their own ideas. So use your brand to connect, to remind employees of why they're doing what they're doing, who they're doing it for, and who they're doing it with. So that's the first brand opportunity you have today. The next brand opportunity is to double down on your core customers. Now, if you've lost a lot of business and maybe having to do some belt tightening, you might be tempted to try to offer as many things to as many customers as possible so as to not risk losing any potential source of income. But you must actually do the exact opposite. Now is the time to allocate and spend your resources judiciously. You need to focus your efforts on deepening relationships with your most profitable customers and those who are likely to stay most loyal to you despite business interruptions and kind of general uncertainty. Now, you've probably already reached out to your customers, like all of your customers, with some sort of mass communication. So now you should identify who your core customers are and what they really need and want now. Figure out how their needs have changed, what they need to get through these difficult times, and how that might affect the way that you engage them, the way that you communicate with them, maybe even what you offer to them. Consider creating at least one new offering for these core customers, something extraordinary that offers some form of unique value, and then go all in delivering it. Be generous, offer extended service hours and terms, provide added value services at no extra charge, extend guarantees and payment rates. Now is the time to do more for these key customers than anyone else does, more than what you've done in the past, and even more than what they're expecting. Now, of course, you can't do this for everyone without adding further strain on your economics. So the key is to focus on which customers are most important to your future and let everyone else get in line behind them. Now, the final brand opportunity in this crisis is to increase the perceived value of your brand by increasing your differentiation. For all intents and purposes, we are in a recession now, and even after businesses reopen, it will take a while for the economy to rebound. And in recessions, people become more price sensitive. So you should get out in front of that and try to offset the price comparisons customers are going to make between you and your competitors. You don't want to have to resort to price decreases or promotions to keep your customers. So communicate your brand differentiation clearly and as much as possible. And if you can, increase your differentiation through new features, new offerings, even new visuals and packaging can help your brand stand out. An example of this comes from CallMiner, an AI-enabled speech and customer interaction analytics firm. As the pandemic hit, CallMiner set up a coronavirus customer think tank to offer free queries to help their call center clients understand how COVID is impacting their businesses and their customers. So they analyze references to the pandemic in their calls and then provide real-time reporting. And this new service showcases CallMiner's unique capabilities and provides unique value to customers in a way and in a time when they really need it. Now, this brand opportunity ties into the previous one I talked about in that you might only be able to increase your perceived brand value among your core customers, but that's okay. If those customers think what you have to offer is clearly different and more valuable than your competitors, that will not only provide a stable core for your business, but also by locking in your customers, your core customers, you create an advantage in your negotiations with partners. You can boost your financial valuation and even make your sales and marketing spends more efficient. So in this time of crisis, you need to align and motivate your people, shore up your relationships with key customers, and ensure you're ready to compete under growing market pressures. In other words, use and build your brand. Those are the three opportunities.
Denise, thank you so much. And, you know, one of the things that your work reminded me of, you know, we like to think that our brand, you said it's not what you promise, it's what you deliver, which is that no fluff, let's get to the point. We're not going to, you know, use a lot of words in our emails and our messaging and all of that. But you know what? I realized I wasn't doing that with my own team. I'm sending out these daily kind of updates, and I want to go back and look at them. I think I probably been too wordy. We're sending out shorter, more concise, you know, priority kind of messages that we like to think are helpful to our marketplace. And I think that's your point. Your customer experience and your employee experience really have to be matched up right now at a time like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, speaking of communication to your customers, I'm assuming that you're doing regular communication to your employees and those who are part of your organization, because they need to hear from you. And I love getting your messages because I find them to be very hard hitting and just to the point. So you're doing a good job from where I stand. I want your employees to feel that same way, that they're getting what's in your head, what's in your heart, like right away, regular, consistent communication. It really makes a difference that they can then turn around and offer that to your customers.
Yeah, and you know, with our coaching partners as well, I have to realize that they're really our multiplier effect out there. And I need to make sure that they're experiencing our brand the same way that I want our customers and our other teammates to. So Denise, it's always such an insight to spend time with you. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you. Bye-bye.